Yo, what's up guys? It's King Reggie, back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be giving you 10 tips for Season 15. Season 15 has been out for a few weeks already. We've kind of already familiarized ourselves with the new map and the new legends, and these 10 tips are just kind of some of the things that I've noticed about Apex Legends in Season 15, and these are going to help you not only elevate your gameplay, but kind of give you a better understanding for some of the changes that have occurred. But without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Now let's start with tip number 1, which are these zip rails. Zip rails are a new addition in Season 15 and are exclusive to the Broken Moon map. These zip rails will help you traverse more area and way faster than any zipline would. They act as kind of a railway. You want to use these zip rails to get from point A to point B, but also either get into third parties or get out of third parties, which will then bring me into my second tip, which is third parties. Now, it's a very general second tip, but third parties are the basis of Apex. They always happen, they always occur. We all know the drill. But with these zip rails, it'll make third parties a lot more faster, and it will allow for more teams to be in an area at once. So really, in Season 15, you want to be cautious of these third parties, especially on the Broken Moon map. As far as Olympus and World's Edge go, we know what third parties happen and we know where they will happen. But on this Broken Moon map, you really need to be paying attention, because these zip rails will allow for third parties to happen in quick succession. Which then brings me to my third tip, and this is the ring is going to be slower now. The ring will start at 90 seconds, not 60 seconds, so it'll allow you more time to loot before the circle will close. There's a lot of grief about the circle moving a little bit faster in the last season. Well, they changed that this season, and the circle will start to go a little bit slower, so you will have a little bit more time. So with this, you don't feel like you need to rush into the circle. You just kind of want to not slow play it, but there's not so much of a rush to get into the circle, so you can fight outside of the ring. You're not pushed against it basically right off the drop. So you're going to use this third tip to understand the circle a little bit more and to kind of slow play and not have to just jump right into third parties. And this also will help with the zip rails, is because you can use these zip rails to also traverse a little bit quicker. So really, these first 3 tips, they kind of all go together, but they're all kind of separate in their own way. But if you kind of put all these 3 tips together, especially on the Broken Moon map, you'll find yourself with a lot of success. Let's go with tip number 4, which are defensive legends. As of recent seasons, defensive legends have become, I wouldn't say meta, but they have become very, very strong. Gibby, very strong legend. Caustic, very strong legend. Watson, becoming a little bit more strong of a legend. Newcastle, strong legend. And now Catalyst, another strong legend. You guys get the drill. And maybe I forgot Rampart, but she's also still strong. But still, you guys understand. Defensive legends are becoming a staple in almost any squad nowadays in Apex Legends. So you want to try and maybe get one defensive legend down, understand their kit fully, get good with the defensive legend, and then kind of run with that legend in case you're playing with a full squad and you know your full squad wants to play Wraith or Octane or Bloodhound or whatever. But then if you lock down a defensive legend like Caustic or Gibby, you'll make your squad that much more versatile, and it can also help you win more games, not only in pubs but in ranked, and maybe move you up different ranks. No one wants to do the dirty work. No one wants to be a defensive legend. I'm saying right now, if you take advantage of where defensive legends are now in Season 15, it'll pay off tenfold. Tip number 5. Now this is a lot more prevalent when you're playing ranked and everything, but you want to avoid the center of the Broken Moon map. I'm saying scratch it. If you're in Promenade, do not fire a single shot, or else you will get 15 squads there in 10 seconds. All thanks to these zip rails now that everyone can get from point A to point B so fast. If you're a gunshot on one side of the map, you're already there on that zip rail. Avoid the center of the Broken Moon map, especially if you want to have success in ranked. I'm not saying you can't go through the center of the map, but I'm saying don't ever find yourself caught out in the open, center of the map, in a fight, unless you can get that fight over as quick as possible. Because on Broken Moon, everyone will be there as soon as they hear a gunshot. Before we get into these other tips, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It'll really help my channel. And consider subscribing to my channel also, where I'll be posting more Apex content. Tip number 6, ranked is still the same ranked. If you were coming into Season 15 thinking that ranked was going to be any different, well, you might want to just tune out for another season and just grind pubs out, because ranked has not changed one bit. There's been no legend balancing, and There's been no rank rework, so the points are still going to be insane, and your teammates are also going to be below average, just as normal, and you're going to be a gold matched up with diamonds and predators. That's just how ranked is going to go this season. You can complain about it, but it's still not going to change. If you really want to do anything in ranked as far as achieving anything, I suggest getting a pre-made squad and grinding ranked out to see how high you can get in the ranks. Other than that, you're kind of just going to be preaching to the choir, because ranked will not change this season, and these are going to be some of the longest splits in Apex this season. Tip number 7, Seer, Horizon, and Valk are all meta this season. There's been no legend balances. Seer, Horizon, and Valkyrie are still going to be top tier legends, along with, some of the defensive legends. But if you're looking for less Seers, less Horizons, then like I said, you come to the wrong season. There's been no legend balances this season. And I mean, it is maddening as it can be, though, it's still not that bad. Like, there's still a way that you can fight around Seer. There's still a way that you can fight around Horizon and Valkyrie. It's just that you're going to see a lot of them. And so I maybe would take this as a challenge, Get better at fighting Seers. Get better at fighting Horizons. Just kind of take it as a challenge. If you're going to complain, you're just kind of just screaming at the clouds, and that's not really going to change anything this season. So get good at fighting against them, or get good at fighting with them. That's really all I can tell you for Season 15. Tip number 8. I don't know if this is much of a tip as it is just even my own personal experience, personal thoughts, but I feel like there has been a huge Pathfinder and Lifeline emergence for some weird reason. I think in the Broken Moon map, all the geometry and the zip rails will allow Pathfinder to get a lot more movement out of his grapple. And for some reason, Lifeline has been, I feel like, on a steady incline up on her pick rate. Maybe it doesn't show it that way, but Lifeline has become very useful as of late. And I've watched the ALGS, and she was being used by one of these teams. She's being used by a certain team in the ALGS. I can't remember the team, but Lifeline is still a strong legend. I would say that she's basically B tier at this point. She's not a bad legend anymore, and I feel like people are starting to adapt to that revive system as well. And especially because you get a free revive with Lifeline as well. And Seer can't counter it. Seer can counter you reviving anything else, but when Lifeline heals you, Seer can't counter that with his Q. Now, I don't know if that's a whole counter to Seer, but it goes to show that even in ALGS, Lifeline being used as a counter to Seer can give you success. So I don't know, you can take this information as it is, but there seems to be a emergence of Pathfinder and Lifeline in Season 15. Tip number 9, I would say would be the weapon meta. And there really isn't a weapon meta. I feel like all the weapons have been balanced to a point where all weapons are viable. Now, there are some better weapons, and if you're going to be cringe, you can use the charge rifle, for example. But I would say in this season, with all the weapons kind of being balanced, or at least where they need to be, for example, the Peacekeeper is in the Replicator, the Mastiff is on Floor Loot, and it's been nerfed considerably. I would say find 1 or 2 weapons and get good with them. Because since this meta is so balanced, it really doesn't matter what weapons you use, and this will kind of allow you to get better with certain weapons because you're not going to be hindered as much unless you're using the P2020. There's no way you can really get better with the P2020, and you're not going to make the P2020 an S tier weapon. You're just not going to convince me, especially because hammer points went into the vault. So yeah, find 1 or 2 weapons you're good with, or even 1 or 2 weapons you're bad with, and get better with those weapons in Season 15, because that will only help your game sense and help you learn new weapons. And for the last and final tip would be to have fun. Now, I've been reading stuff on Twitter, and I've been seeing people's comments and everything, and people are saying that Apex is a dead game, they're not having fun. But that's my tip. Have fun. Like, yes, a lot of this stuff sucks, and I even feel like some of it sucks too, and I don't like that I have to have crap teammates every match, or I have to be matched up with all these diamonds, masters, predators, and all that stuff. I just want to have a game and relax. But you know what? Apex devs are trying the best that they can, you gotta believe, and they're not just taking seasons off, and they've given us more content and everything, and we can complain about certain things, but at the basis of the game, we should just be having fun with what we got for right now and make the best of it. I would say you can get as mad as you want to, but most things aren't going to change. So in the meantime, why not just have fun, either playing with friends, playing by yourself, make mistakes, laugh at yourself, overall, just try and have as much fun as you can, because maybe, next season might be different. But if you're just going to always get mad, then there's really no point in playing the game. So you just want to have fun in season 15. You want to try and reach some of your new goals that you might have. But yeah, again, just have fun above all. Don't worry too much about the negatives, because we don't know how long this will last, and it can turn around at any given point. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.